Good evening everyone, I'm James Ford-Bannister, BAFRA Director of Training for 2021 and 2022. In this video we are going to revisit question 55 from the 2021 BAFRA Annual Examination. So, let's break down the question. It's 2nd and 8 at Team A's 22-yard line. Quarterback A1 takes the snap, drops back and throws a legal forward pass to A88, who catches the ball and advances to Team A's 30-yard line where he is hit and fumbles. A34 picks up the loose ball and advances to Team A's 35-yard line where he is tackled. While the pass is in the air, defensive end B99 verbally taunts an opponent while standing beyond the neutral zone at Team A's 25-yard line. As always, it's important to take a visual look at the play rather than just read the words on the page. It's especially important on plays like this where there's multiple facets to them. So let's take a look. The centre is going to snap the ball to A1, the quarterback, who's going to drop back and throw a legal forwards pass. During that pass, B99 is going to taunt an opponent. A88 is going to catch the pass and advance to the A30, where it's going to be hit, fumble the ball, and it's going to be recovered by A34, who's going to advance to the 35-yard line, where A34 is tackled by a defensive player. So, what are we looking for here? Well, the 4 options available to us in the question all relate to where the ball will belong to Team A after the down. And the result of the play is Team A in possession with the ball at the A35-yard line, which isn't an option here. So we need to know whether there's been a penalty or some other infraction on the play. So the question is, has anyone committed a foul on this play? Well, I hope the answer to that question is fairly obvious, as defensive end B99 has verbally taunted an opponent, which is strictly prohibited under Rule 9.2, or more specifically in this case Rule 9.2.1b, and the penalty for this is unsportsmanlike conduct. It is a live ball foul when committed by a player, and it carries 15 yards as a penalty. However, the penalty statement doesn't state where that 15 yards will be enforced from. So, we have to engage with our knowledge of the 3-in-1 principle. With that in mind, where do we enforce these 15 yards from? As I mentioned, we need to look at the 3-in-1 principle, which is in Rule 10.2.2. And in this case, 10.2.2c3 tells us that when the team not in possession commits a foul either beyond or behind the basic spot, the penalty is enforced from the basic spot, which means we need to know what the basic spot is. As we can see, is a legal forwards pass play, and it is committed while the pass was in the air, meaning that we look to Rule 10.2.2d3 and see that for passing plays, the previous spot is the basic spot. So, what do we know? Well, we learnt that the penalty was unsportsmanlike conduct, carrying a 15-yard penalty that is enforced from the previous spot as it occurred during a legal forwards pass play. The previous spot was the A22-yard line, and when we assess 15 yards from the A22, we end up at the A37, proving option A to be correct. However, let's take a look at options B through D just to make sure. Option B gave the ball to Team A at the 40-yard line, which would be 15 yards from the spot of the foul, which we know to be incorrect. Option C gives the ball to Team A at the 45-yard line, which would be assessing the penalty from the spot of the fumble, the A30, which we also know is incorrect. And finally, option D gives the ball to Team A at midfield, which would be 15 yards from the succeeding spot, which is also incorrect. Thank you for listening to this breakdown of question 55 from the BAFRA Annual Examination of 2021. I hope that you've learnt something and that you return to us in the future for more of these breakdown videos. I've been James Ford-Bannister, BAFRA Director of Training for 2021 and 2022.